Alright, I don't know how many will pick up on this flight, but we are in a A321 Airbus, and we are at Atlanta, and we are going to take a quick flight to Charlotte. I have been, by the way, this evening I've been working on the E195 Embraer, trying to get myself familiarized with it, and I'm awful at it. So I just had to take a break and get myself on one of my more oftenly used aircraft and just complete a flight. But yeah, the Embraer, I'm just having some issues right now, just learning curve. It's the first day I've ever spent an extended amount of time with it. So on to the A321 Neo. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get the IRS started. I'm starting the flight there. Captain purse up. Emergency lights armed. Strobe to auto, beacon, wing, and nav light on. And we have external power, but we're going to go ahead and start the APU. Seatbelt sign on and no smoking sign on. Okay. We're going to init and call down our flight plan. There we go. We're going to line the IRS. Let's go to the flight plan section. And go to departure, 09 left. Our departure is fill. Transition is done. Go to our performance. 9 left. And we're 555558. Flaps are 1 and wow, up 0.0. Not sure what's up with that. And flex is 53. Okay. Brian, you're in charge of all comms.
Got it, Steve. I'll handle the comms from here.
Brian, would you get our IFR clearance?
I'll contact clearance for our IFR clearance.
Atlanta clearance, Delta 20 requesting our IFR clearance, please.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
QNH is 30.20.
Delta 320, clear to Charlotte via the Phil 3 departure. Bin is filed. Climb and maintain 10,000. Expect flight level 19010 minutes after departure. Departure on 124.600, squawk 4457. Expect runway 9 or left.
Atlanta clearance, Delta 20, cleared to Charlotte via Phil 3 departure, then as filed. Climb and maintain 10,000. Expect flight level 190 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 124.6, squawk 4457. Anticipate runway 9 left.
Got it. Okay.
Delta 320, read back correct.
By the way, this is a beautiful airport. This is a Nimbus Airport. If you've made a comment, I'm checking on you now. I do not anticipate a lot coming in on this tonight because this is literally a spur of the moment.
Flight level 380, 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 124.6, squawk 6556, and runway 26 left for departure. Stop at 371.
Atlanta clearance, good afternoon. Wheels up flight 10 with Sierra, looking to pick up IFR clearance to Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky, please.
Okay, let's go with that. Well, we've got 4 minutes for alignment. It's all right. We need that time to disconnect the external power. That's a good looking livery. It's a good job. Oh, I'm yawning. That's not good. It's the last thing I want to see a pilot do. Okay, just a few minutes till alignment, and we're going to go ahead and get Brian to get our pushback and start. Brian, can you get our pushback and start clearance?
I'll contact ground for pushback clearance.
Atlanta ground, Delta 20, requesting clearance for pushback and engine start.
Delta 320, pushback and engine start approved. Tail south.
Okay.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
We're going to kind of drag our heels on the toe long enough to have the alignment complete. Millie, I have a dumb question. So when I'm pushing back from the gate, I'm still in the process of aligning my IRS. Does it impact anything?
That's a great question. While you're aligning your IRS during pushback, it won't impact your immediate operations, but it's best to have it fully aligned before taxiing. This ensures your navigation systems are accurate and ready for departure. Keep up the good work.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
A little nugget for you there, and I just sometimes second guess myself, but you know how when you're in the Airbus and you're waiting for it to finish aligning and you push back from the gate, I'm always nervous because I did have a flight one time. It was in Europe where I didn't get fully aligned before I started and started taxiing before I was aligned, and I never got fully corrected on that one. It just threw off my alignment. So I feel better if I wait. Now in this case here, I'm just trying to push back.
Connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
So it really won't drastically hurt anything.
And you may start engines.
Okay. Alright, we're going to go engine start for 2. That was not smart. So the gate was still way too close. Wow. A little close there. Got shape. So this flight we're taking today is it's not long. We're gonna fly to Charlotte, and Charlotte is just, I don't know, 200 miles or less than 200 miles.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Yeah, it is less than 200 miles.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Okay. Alright. For checklist, we're going to turn off the APU. Flaps set to 1. Ground spoiler armed. Auto brake set to max.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Alright, let's do takeoff. Takeoff check. Whoa, what was wrong? Hold on. Did the takeoff check too soon. All right. We just had a start fault. So we're gonna go back and do it again. But we can't. So that's what I get for flying tired. I did not have the APU on, and I had not started engine 1. So waiting for it to come up. There we go. Yeah, it's fired up. So what I did wrong, had not started engine 1, cut off the APU too soon. Ron, we're ready for taxi clearance.
I'll contact ground for taxi clearance.
Atlanta ground, Delta 20, ready to taxi. We have Kilo.
Delta 320, runway 9er left taxi via 5 southeast, 5 northeast, Foxtrot 5, Echo 1 northwest, 1 southwest, Tango Mike Lima.
Okay, we got it.
Runway 9 left, 5 southeast, 5 northeast, Foxtrot 5, Echo 1 northwest, 1 southwest, Tango Mike Lima, Delta 20.
Alright, we got a good test message. We're going to runway 9 left. We're at Atlanta, and we're going to be flying to Charlotte. To both these are Nimbus airports, by the way. This is KATL Nimbus. So if you wonder why the light, everything looks so good, that's why. This is not a default airport. Welcome to the busiest airport in the United States. We will not be long, but like I said, we're the actual time in air, I don't know, 20, I don't know, 25 minutes. Brian, let's run through some things, but go ahead and get our takeoff clearance.
I'll contact tower for our takeoff clearance.
Alright, ground spoilers armed, flaps to 1, max auto brake.
Holding short of runway 9er left, ready for departure.
Okay.
Delta 20 Atlanta Tower, runway 9er left, wind 090 at 3, RNAV lead us, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 9er left, RNAV lead us, cleared for takeoff, Delta 20.
Alright, takeoff lights are on. And welcome to Atlanta runway 9 left. We'll be flying to Charlotte, which is about 200 miles to the north. And you're on a Nimbus, a KATL airport. Flex, forward pressure on yoke. $80 knots. I'm late on that, by the way. You know that though. Very light winds tonight. V1. Rotate. Positive rate and gear up. And we're going to bring flaps Flaps are retracted and autopilot engaged.
124.6 Delta 20. Atlanta Tower, Delta 20, good evening. We're climbing through 1500 feet.
Delta 20, Atlanta departure.
Climb and maintain 10,000 direct fill, Delta 20.
Delta 20, Atlanta Tower, climb and maintain 10,000, then proceed direct fill.
Climb and maintain 10,000 direct fill, Delta 20.
Direct fill. Got it. Okay. 10,000 and landing lights off. He still has us held at 10,000. Okay, direct field. Okay. I was making sure I didn't miss something. Okay, 10,000 field until we get word. So we climb out. Put you over here. This flight will go so fast, we're going to go ahead and do the performance numbers for arrival. So approach, let's go to our landing performance and going to be doing brake mode of medium on runway 36 left. Let's reset that so it'll give us a good weight. Okay, there we go. So our QNH is 30.27. Our temp is 2-1. Winds are from 100 at 4 knots. So 100. Decision is 300. Hey. Right. And disarm ground spoilers. We don't need those. We'll be needing them on the landing. And we're 169 miles from Charlotte. Our transition will be without having to go past the airport. Since we're coming from the south, we're going north, and we'll be lining up on runway 36. So it's just a perfect storm. No big turns other than make a left turn to go true 360. Still no instructions from ATC about climbing out. I'm going to say when we hit the CNTLR that we should get clearance to climb. Go ahead and set this for 190. Your fudge. Well, technically, he did say 10 minutes after 190. Once again, I think Xplane 12 has the nighttime lights in the sky, the more realistic looking sky, and Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 has the more detailed ground scenery. But no, it wouldn't make me want to change over to Microsoft, but but they do still have the ground scenery, like the blue ribbon for that. Alright, we are close right now. We're at 150, we're climbing to 190. That's our flight level is 190. That's all we'll get for this flight. And we'll be starting our descent. We're 140 nautical miles outside of Charlotte, and we'll be taking a descent into Charlotte and an approach. And Charlotte, by the way, is also a Nimbus custom scenery airport, and they rocked it out. It looks just like the real Charlotte airport. And, I say that because I've been into that airport lots of times. It looks just like it, so they did a good job on it. Pretty accurate. Charlotte, by the way, is not the largest airport by any stretch, but I think it's like top 9. He's like number 9 of the busiest airports in the U.S. Coming out of the Queen City, Charlotte. And we're 8 miles from the top of climb. About 56 miles from top of descent. It'll take us no time. And then it'll be time to come back down and set up for 36 left. The way it drops us off is just a quick left turn and we're lined up. This is the latest update of Xplane we're on right now, 12.3.0 beta 4, and we are running the latest version of Traffic Global along with using for our ATC say intentions. Give me a second before we land. I'll be right back. All right, we're let's see where we were. About 101 miles outside of Charlotte right now. Brian, would you get our descent clearance to descend on the Jones 5 arrival?
We can't request descent clearance yet. We're still in cruise and need to wait for ATC instructions.
Alright. Okay. I could override him, but I'll wait. What I'm going to do is set my altitude down to about 3,000 and let it manage its way down. Right. We're 13 miles from top of descent. Alright, we're only 75 miles outside of Charlotte. We'll start our descent from 19,000 to a managed descent to 3,000 and to get in line with final approach. Alright, we're ready. Hold on a second. Alpaca 23 Golf requesting clearance to descend on the Jones 5 arrival.
Delta 320, descend and maintain 10,000 feet, altimeter 3026.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet, altimeter 3026, Delta 20.
We need to slow down. Get us to that call, buddy. Was increasing my descent also. Alright, we're at 14,000 47 miles outside of Charlotte. Still slowing down. We're still at about 300 knots. I'm trying not to have to use speed brakes and just let it naturally slow itself down. We'll see. Alright, good. Let's continue to slow down like we're supposed to. Alright, so that's some transition turns coming up here, but we still won't pass the airport. We'll just set up on a path for the airport from the south side. Let's see if we can do this. Okay. I'm going to cut this back over to managed. Whoa. No, I'm not. Because he has dubs. Okay, hold on. No, we should be decelerating. Okay. Okay. Alright, we're getting to Chile, and then I've got a set to go to Willette. You see the restrictions there. Okay. Alright, we just hit below 10,000. Right. We're just leaving Chile to intercept Willette. Auto brakes are set to medium. Right on track. And flaps 1. Flaps 2. We've got our altitude set for 3,000, but we'll capture before then. We'll already be captured. Right. Making our turn on the final. Approach is active. Autopilot 2 is engaged. Flaps are at 4. Ground spoiler arm, flaps 4. Auto brake medium. Need to do a double on your QNH. Just 3027. working? Alright, we're on final for KCLT runway 36 left, and we're flying into a KCLT is a custom Nimbus airport. We're using say intentions for our ATC and traffic global. If you see the extra traffic that's coming from traffic global, and it does okay, but you can if you do a long flight and you really have it throttled up with the max number of planes, it can eat up a little bit of resources, but I think it's more about how Xplane handles it. Okay. All right.
2,000.
We're 6 miles out. On final for runway 36 left, Charlotte. We have auto brake set to medium. We have flaps full and ground spoiler armed. QNH is 30.27. And we are captured on the localizer for runway 36 left. And once again, this is a custom airport. We're coming in, by the way. I just think this is cool. So right here, this is 485, and I used to burn this bypass up all the time. So this is 485 around Charlotte. We look off to our right. We have Charlotte, the city of Charlotte, home of the Carolina Panthers, who had a great win today. I heard they came back. I remember when I was at the steakhouse today. They were down by 17 and hadn't scored a single point. So I was like, oh, great, it's going to be one of those games. Then I found out later in the afternoon they won by 2. They won by 2. So I'm impressed. All right, coming in for runway 36 left. Off to your right, this is the American Airlines hub, tower, and we'll actually be taxiing down a long little taxiway there. Okay, okay.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. Retard. 5. Retard.
Bringing it down. Easy on the nose. Reversers. And reverses are off. Flaps are retracted. Ground spoiler or ground spoilers disarmed. Right. take this long runway here. And a little trivia, it's not here now, but for a long time, Sully's plane was to my left at the Air Commercial Airline Museum here in Charlotte, and got taken a lot of people over there to see it. Yes, I did. I did tonight. I did not take it at 1,000 feet. That was auto land, so yes, I did. Don't hate me. I did it. I did auto land tonight. So yeah, it's pretty smooth though. I think I do auto landing probably about half the time. I think half the time I'll do one just to keep my like proficiency up. But I like experiment too with the different aircraft to see how they do. See which ones kind of are harder on the landing and or which ones are better. And typically I think the A321 Neo is the best. And followed by the 737-800. I'll say this: the 737-800 also is a smooth, like a sweet one to land, to manually land too. It's really nice. Just has an easier feel, or kind of more better feel. Hey, I've been experimenting with the E195 Embraer, trying to get a feel for it, and I was just doing it tonight. Not quite there yet. It doesn't feel. I'm still a little bit awkward because I'm getting used to their FMS or their FMC. We're gonna land it. We're gonna put it here. On the lines. There we go. Which one? The A350. Okay, so Toliss, is a Toliss A350 out yet? Is it? I have an Airbus A350, and I'm trying to think who makes it. The one, and I got it off of the Xplane site, but I have not spent as much time on it. It looks nice. It looks really nice. I'm trying to think what model it is, though. I thought it was Flight Factor at first, but I don't think it is. We're on Say Intentions tonight. I use Say Intentions probably more than I use VATSIM, and I'm kind of addicted to it. It really works well. But I will say this: there is a subscription. It's a subscription-based thing. If you get in the Say Intentions world, and it does run about $19, $20 a month. So if it's like, it can be an expensive hobby if you got that expense every month. But I really do enjoy it, and I like the variety that they're putting into it. The only thing I wish they had on the Say Intentions for ATC, they've started using or putting traffic insertion on the Microsoft side, but on the Xplane 12 side they haven't done it yet. They haven't spent any time with us, so that's why I use Traffic Global for all my additional traffic here. All right. By the way, let me go ahead and get this closed out. I'll get external power and shocks. And we'll start the GPU. Take the fuel down. Okay. If you've never tried Say Intentions, though, I think they actually have a I think they have a trial. I think they have a trial where you can do a trial on it, see how you like it. But yeah, and I do. I'm on VATSIM for maybe some of my. I do some FedEx flights. Usually I go on VATSIM for that. This you're on a. Are you on 11? Are you thinking about going to 12? Oh, it is expensive. Microsoft Flight Sim is expensive and very expensive. I actually tried when it first came out, when the newest version of it came out. I tried it for 3 days, and it was such a pain. That's back when it was really a pain getting everything to work, and it would take it 30 minutes to load or longer. It's a crazy length of time. I ended up getting my money back. I think for what I purchased, I just said forget it. I am not doing this. We're closing out the new Alpaca flight right now. Here, we'll close this out. Yeah, had a good flight there. Let's see what our touchdown. Our touchdown, like that was an auto land touchdown. Yes. But it was 118 feet per minute, so it was a good landing. Yeah, it was good. Go back and watch it even. Yeah, it was buggy during the launch. And I was already, I don't know, I just was going to it thinking, well, it will look really good, and so I'll go ahead and just kind of get into it. And once I played a few days of it, I just wasn't terribly impressed. I just wasn't impressed with it. We'll take this back out to the runway. Okay, here we go. And then the airport. This is a nice airport, though. This is Xplane. I think they have Nimbus has it for Xplane 11 also, but on Xplane 12, this is the Beta 4. I'm on Beta 4 now. They look really good, and the lighting effects look really good. Get that nose down. There we go. Okay, so what do you really? Well, are you going to be going to Xplane 12, or are you thinking and in fact, saying that you've been on Xplane 11, do you see any major differences here? Like graphically, or how it looks? Yeah, and I'm total transparency. I had a little help on that. I had a little help on that. And this is my home airport, or it's one I flew out of the most. Between here and Atlanta, and I mean that as a passenger, not as a pilot. but I've spent a lot of time here in Charlotte at this airport, and they did. It looks amazing. I'll say this airport and the Atlanta airport that I came out of are both Nimbus, so they really are beefed up. The Atlanta airport really impressed me because there's a lot of little details they put in that airport that are there. If you're on the default Xplane, you don't see from the hub, like the Delta headquarters and all that, all the little pieces, the hotels that are close by. But they really did a lot of work on the detail. And the night lighting here, I think, is actually from Xplane 12. The latest version of Xplane 12's done a better job of lighting, and it looks really nice. So the lighting we're seeing here is from that. And some of the buildings here, this is kind of cool, but insides even, they do a good job on. The only thing I wish they would do is the people look really cheesy, but the architecture of the place looks really good. They did a good job with it. And they must have spent a lot of time to get this one ready, because it's really nice. All right. Yeah, they did. So, okay. So, are you thinking about moving over to Xplane 12? Are you thinking about taking the plunge, or you're gonna hold off? I think the in the cost between the two. Oh, the airport we're at currently. This is KCLT. CLT for Charlotte. CLT, and then the other airport, if you want to look on the first part of this stream, that's KATL, so K Atlanta. Where do you fly out of the most? Where do you like flying? Cool. You won't regret. I don't think you will not regret it. I think it actually, they really did a good job with it. And yeah, I've went overboard on a few of the airports that are like the custom airports, but and that I do KDCA. If you ever do a flight, if you want to see DC, they do a real good job with. Yeah. Atlanta Hartsville, excellent. Just excellent airport. Largest airport in the country, which a lot of people don't realize it, but it is. It's the largest. Okay. All right. Awesome. That is awesome. I'm a I'm a would-be pilot. I got started too late. So I'm kind of too far along to get into aviation, but it's something I always like. Yeah. Oh yeah, it can be very expensive. It can be very expensive. Yeah. The cost, the overall cost, but it's one thing I am let's just say I'm a little bit older. But if I could go back and do it, start back in my like 20s or 30s, I would love to do it. But I just went a different route. I'm a old ex-police officer slash pastor, so ended up not going that direction. But I've always 737-800 in particular, the 737 model, I have always followed. I've been studying it for 30 years. Just been so fascinated with like commercial airline aircraft. That one in particular has been one of my favorites. Well, I think we're going to the house. I think it's time to go to the house. But maybe I'll see you on another stream here sometime. But I hope you have a great night. And look me up on this channel sometime once you get started on XP12 and you tell me how you like it. All right, good night, man.